This week on Music Worth Buying, we're going to be hearing new music from Supersonic Blues Machine.
And the latest album by Dream Theater entitled The Astonishing.
Hello everybody and welcome to Music Worth Buying. My name is Robert Kinsler and I'm a music writer and a musician.
And my name is TJR. I'm a musician and a music writer.
Now this week I'm going to be kicking things off
You are.
with the debut album from Supersonic Blues Machine. Now this album is called, and I wrote it down so I don't mess it up, it's called West of Flushing, South of Frisco. And this is a hard rock and blues trio made up of Fabrizio Grossi, and he's he's from Italy. Lance Lopez, he's a Texan, and Kenny Aronoff. Now everybody's heard of Kenny Aronoff because he's been the drummer for like Walter Trout, John Fogerty, John Mellencamp. I mean, the list of everybody he's worked on. I mean, Jack White, Billy Gibbons, B.B. King, Bonnie Raitt, Dr. John. I mean, he flat out is one of the best ever rock blues drummers of all time, and he's kind of getting his showcase in this this album. And what's more, not only are these three guys extremely talented, great players, but there's a who's who of guests on this album.
Oh, really?
And you know what I thought we'd do is before we get into that, why don't we listen to a little bit of the third track on the album. It's called Running Whiskey, and we'll see if you know who's singing the lead vocals on that one. I have a feeling you will figure it out.
All right, I want to hear me some hard rock and blues right now.
You got
Check it out. Here we go.
I'm running whiskey. I'm running whiskey. Yeah, yeah. I'm running whiskey.
Okay, so about 10 seconds in, you said to me, I think you're going to like this album. And I said, well, yeah, if it sounds like the rest of it sounds like this, yeah, I'm going to really like this album. You know, and yeah, of course, it was obvious who that was singing.
Yeah. No surprise.
You know.
Right?
Yeah, no surprise. I don't think I need to say. I'm not going to bother to say, because
Yeah.
if you don't know who that was singing, listen to that sample, then you should not be watching this show. Get out of here now.
Now that,
Anyways.
of course, is Billy F. Gibbons, who we featured with ZZ Top and his solo album, too.
Yeah.
And also on this album is Walter Trout, who, matter of fact,
really?
we might play his song next.
Okay.
Warren Haynes from Government Mule, Robin Ford, the famous guitar player, all kinds of luminaries. But, you know, Lance Lopez, who is does lead guitar, is also a very good vocalist, and he sings plenty of lead vocals.
Okay.
And I think and it might be on the next track we hear, I'll have to, well, we'll know once we play it. I think he shares the lead vocals with Walter Trout, very good. But this is hard-hitting blues, and it's kind of like Walter Trout and Joe Bonamassa in that it's definitely a shot in the arm, you know, that it's not necessarily trying to just revisit Chicago blues or even British blues. It is trying to up the ante, I'd say, and try to get kind of the urgency of alternative contemporary rock and infuse that into blues. And I think it does that. I mean, these songs, this album will appeal to fans of traditional blues, but I think modern rock fans are going to like it too.
Yeah,
I mean, I would think they would.
That song squeezed my nuts, let me tell you.
Yeah, definitely so. And
And
it comes in and like I said, and I'm going to have to read the title again because it is tough for me. It's West of Flushing, South of Frisco. It comes in a standard jewel case, and you can see here, kind of a cool cover. Has all the lyrics for the songs and all the credits, the guests, and who, like that song we just heard, I think was written by Mr. Gibbons, and some nice photos and stuff. Very nice. I think it's a 14-page booklet here. Very nice. Has information on the band where you can learn more on their website and all that stuff. But the real key thing on this album is the music. I mean, it's flat out. It's great hard rock and blues.
Play me some more.
Yeah. Okay. So let's listen to the and I'll get the song here. So this is a song that features Walter Trout. It's called "Can't Take It No More," and let's listen to a little bit of that jam.
I'm ready. Here we go.
We can do it, it's a matter of when. But it's your resistance I don't understand. Ride the flow of emotions. If we fight
Okay, 2 songs in and I'm sold.
Okay.
I'm definitely sold. Yeah, I want to hear the rest of this.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah.
As soon as I possibly can.
And you know,
I'm trusting you that the rest of the album is as good as
it
this.
is great. It is great.
Okay.
Yeah. And even the songs without the celebrity guests and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I said, the band itself is great. I mean, as you can hear there, Lance Lopez is a great vocalist too. I mean, Walter Trout is of course a great, but you know, just even where it's just a trio, it's fantastic. This album is just one you just put it in, crank it up, and it's like. It's just great.
Instantly.
Yeah,
Instantly, I'm like, okay,
Yeah. That's what I mean. There's songs
I don't
that
even need to hear it 3 times. Okay.
This album, I get a lot of music, as you can guess. I mean,
Yeah.
being a columnist and this
Yeah.
and that. This album, I put it in, it's like, wow. You know, the publicist, I think I reviewed one of his other one. He says, hey, have you listened to Supersonic Blues Machine? I said, I haven't. I will. And it's like, what was I waiting for? This is just,
Yeah.
you know, like just
It's a shot in
rocking.
the arm.
Yeah, it's a shot in the arm, and it's great. I can see that. You know, I'm looking forward to summertime, rolling down the windows when I'm driving around and just cranking this album up. You know, and I want to see these guys live too. I'm hoping I get to see them live soon as well.
It's those 2 songs were shot in the arm, and there's not going to be any withdrawal symptoms.
No.
You know, you're not going to lose your wife or your job.
Yeah.
You're going to want to listen to it more and more, but you're not going to, you're not going to like destroy your life. You're actually going to make your life better.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and then just so you know, there it is,
Okay.
Supersonic Blues Machine.
Cool.
Now, who'd you bring in
Well,
today?
I brought in something also that's very, very rockin'. And this is now, let me preface here. I've always known about Dream Theater. I've listened to maybe little bits here and there and said, yeah, I can tell they're impressive players. They know
Yeah.
what the hell they're doing. You know, this is the first time I've decided to actually listen to one of their albums in full. This is called The Astonishing. It's their latest album. It is a full-on rock opera concept album, okay? And I'm going to say right now, Hamilton, which we reviewed on the show,
the
and which
musical.
made my top 5.
Right.
You know, when we did our top 5. What Hamilton did for hip-hop, The Astonishing does for metal. Okay? No
Wow.
ifs, ands, or buts about it,
Wow.
okay? And I'll admit, I was at first a little bit apprehensive when I read what the album was about. I'm like, okay, science fiction, dystopian future meets Star Wars, which it is. The band totally sells this. And it kind of almost opens up, its initial opening music kind of sounds almost cliched at first. And then textures and layers start coming in and start building. And this album, while it is metal, it owes as much to progressive rock bands like Queen, Jethro Tull, Yes, as it does to straight up classical music, as it does to classical Broadway.
Wow.
And so, yeah, and so we are going to play a song here. This song is called Lord Nefarious, which is about the bad guy, the villain. And you know, Lord Nefarious, they're not taking this too seriously. They're being a bit tongue-in-cheek here. This is not super serious, you know. But they're taking the music seriously. And that's what is just so killer about this album and what sells it here. There's not a bad track on this album. Okay, I've talked enough. Let's listen. Here we go.
This land, for myself I must see what the hype is about. I admit I'm intrigued.
What I heard there, very impressive. I really feel like this is something I would need to give more time to, but just musically, a lot going on there, and very impressive. I know we saw Dream Theater together, and I think we both had the same commentary about them. Excellent musicians, but sometimes it almost like they're throwing too much into the songs. But I mean, it was our first time, I think, being introduced
Yeah,
to
we
the
were probably
band. Both of us.
overwhelmed a little.
We were probably overwhelmed a little bit. Plus, we were, shooting the show and some other industry things that we were doing.
Yeah.
But this is. I definitely have to hear this album.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You do. Especially if you liked Hamilton. If anybody out there was a fan of Hamilton, you got to hear this too. And so much going on in just that one song.
Oh yeah, so much going on.
And-
But great musicianship, great singing, great. You can tell that there's a lot of thought put into how the lyrics fit in.
It's going to be very hard to play, just like with Hamilton, to play what 30-second clip
Yeah.
do we play?
Yeah.
You know, there's no way. There's
Because I heard
no
much
way
more
we're gonna
than that,
copy
and I
the
felt
breadth
like
of
I
this
was
album.
just trying to get my head around
Yeah,
it. You know,
I mean, there was that wonderful theatrical verse, which feels like it came out of a Queen song, and then
Yeah,
it broke into that little. There
exactly.
was that little classical piano piece that came in. There was authentically classical sounding, and we're not going to get to hear all that in 30 seconds. We're going to just
Right.
be able to play a short
Right.
little passage, but you know, it's impossible to sum this album up.
now
musically
is there
speaking.
a libretto in the package?
Yes, I was going to say now. So let's talk about packaging. It comes in a
We'll hold it up so everybody
three-way,
can see it there.
a three-way gatefold here, digipack. It's 2 discs, in case you hadn't noticed. And there is an
I count
impressive booklet here, very impressive booklet. It has a map.
So everybody can see it. Cool.
And it has lots of photos.
Wow,
And it has, now not just lyrics, but full libretto. It has a cast of characters, just like with the packaging for Hamilton. If you read this while you're listening, you'll know what characters are saying
Okay.
what. In this case, of course, you know, the band's lead singer is singing all the parts.
Right.
He does an impressive job. And of course, everybody in the band does an impressive
Yeah.
job.
Great
you
band,
know.
yeah.
I mean, these guys can play circles around most
Oh,
all
yeah.
of us. Me, all of us.
Just
and-
listening to that little segment I
Yeah.
heard, which will be maybe a little more than we hear here.
Yeah.
I heard little bits of Queen. I heard little things of Rush, like you said, classical music. But it's not like it sounded like, oh, we're going to drop this here. It was very seamless as far
Yeah.
as the sections, and you can see that's signs of master musicians.
Yeah.
And also, they obviously had something they really wanted to communicate both musically and lyrically, and that comes across even
Yeah.
just what I heard here.
I mean, and I can see, you know, we had talked a while back about how, you know, the lack of theatricality in music, not the performance, but just in the listening to the music itself.
Right.
You know, you listen to classic songs by Queen and they're very theatrical. You can picture the story in your head as it's being
Right,
told to you.
exactly.
Rock was a lot more that way, but you know, remember we talked about the Sarah Bareilles album, the Waitress. Of course, she wrote the songs for the musical. Hamilton, of course, and so yeah, I could picture where this could be turned. It's no brainer to turn this into a stage show. Or a motion picture musical or rock opera, but yeah, you get the full libretto with all the different characters singing what, you know, who's saying what during the course of the album. In the back here, you actually have pictures of the characters. These are not actors.
No.
These are I guess art creations. And yeah, these are paintings, very realistic, photorealistic. They may have used models. I'm not thinking maybe they used models and then just did use maybe an art program.
But this sounds like something that's a really nice package to get. If you're
Oh,
a
it's
fan
an
of the
amazing
music,
package, yeah.
Very nice to see that too.
I can't picture getting this album without this because
Yeah.
you get the visuals of the characters, you have the full libretto to follow. But one other thing I'm going to say before we play another track here is that these songs, if you heard them just by themselves, they hold up without the rest of the album. Every
Okay.
single track holds up on its own as a separate track without the aid of the rest of the album. There's no bad tracks here. Let's check out one more song.
Okay.
Here we go.
When your time has come and you're looking toward the light, all that really matters is what you leave behind. So let your
And that's a little bit of When Your Time. What is it?
When Your Time Has Come.
When Your Time Has Come. That works just as a song. I think you said that before the break. That's just great. A great song. It strikes you immediately. I know we talked about that with my album. Something strike you right away. I have a feeling there's even more going on to the song than what I've heard here. But it's just a great song. I'm so excited. I know you were excited by my album. I'm very excited by this Dream Theater album. I definitely have to hear it.
I feel like this song is a single. This
Yeah.
could be a single.
Yeah.
You know, on
Well, if I'm a radio
play.
programmer,
Yeah.
I hear that and it's like, hey, I'm going to put this on. You know,
Yeah.
if I'm a rock format, why
Yeah.
not?
This
you know?
this is like a hit single
Yeah.
on its own by itself.
Yeah.
But all the songs work on their own. Granted, some are more progressive than others, but they all work on their own as separate songs. You don't need to have the other song to make it work. Any of their songs surround it. But anyways, yeah. So thank you so much for bringing in Supersonic
thanks
Blues
for bringing
Machine.
in Dream Theater too.
Yeah,
I mean,
the
like I
Astonishing.
said, maybe we'll get reacquainted because I know
Yeah.
we did see them a few years ago and they
Yeah.
were terrific musicians. And I did review one of their live DVDs and it was amazing. Yeah. So two very good albums.
Check these albums out. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, we've done enough.
Okay.
Okay.
And nobody's
So-
paying us to say that. Believe me.
That's right. No, nobody is. And so, anyways, though, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you've never done that before. And thank you for those of you who have and who share the show on social media. We appreciate it very, 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 very much.
Okay.
And till next time, my name's TJR. Go to my website, tjrmusic.com. Drop in your email. I'll send you a link for some free MP3s. My own YouTube channel is youtube.com/TJR the original. I'll leave a link. It'll be easier than me saying that.
Do that. Leave a link.
Yeah.
And my name is Robert Kinsler, and you can read more of my work at ocregister.com, at musicnewsnashville.com, and of course right here at musicworthbuying.com.
Okay. See you soon, everybody.
See you later, everybody.
Bye.